Yo, you are back with another stream. This time it is Sunday night, which can only mean one thing. We are having the Hangover card we had on Saturday, which this week is UFC Phase 110, and we'll be talking some NFL and some NBA as well in the process. Let me turn my mic up and do a quick check. I forgot this dumb shit to let me turn my mic up. Let me do this. But, yeah, we are back Sunday night. Yeah, God, NFL, we got plenty to talk about. If you know what just happened about 10 minutes ago. Oh, brother. Yeah, we got a lot of interesting things to talk about in sports. The Bulgarian situation and UFC, the eye poke bullshit. And if you just saw what happened to Jaden Daniels, which, oh god, that fucking sucked. We'll look at who won in fantasy, NBA, and just chat for a little bit. So, should be fun. I already know. Probably not gonna get a lot of people tonight. Obviously, Moss's live, so everything's going good there. I did watch a little bit of there. Very fun as always. And yeah, so whoever we do get tonight, we get, and it's gonna be fun either way. So I'm excited. Got some good talking points and nice little chill stream. Probably won't be the longest one in the world. First, what's up, Mr. C? That's not really a high award. If you're the first person in an empty in an empty chat, that's really not an accomplishment. But I do appreciate it. What's up, Mr. C? Been a minute since I've seen you. I guess I don't have Jamie anymore, so no reason for you to show up. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, Sunday night sports is being sports again. A lot of dumb bullshit going on like always, and should be fun. Should be very fun to go over. Yeah, as we end this Halloween weekend or first weekend of November, whichever term you want to use for it, and head into another week. So we got some interesting topics to hit on. And yeah, I'm excited to do just that. So some NFL to recap. It should be fun. So I already recapped the UFC earlier in video form, another almost 2 hour long video. So well, great. But yeah, got this color scheme. Oh, so you're not cool for? Oh no, I'm cool with Jamie. Just he doesn't show up to stream. No, I'm very cool with Jamie. I fucking find a way to talk, and we fucking talk every fucking day. Or no, like he just doesn't come around anymore. Especially when Moss is alive, you know where he's gonna be. So, no, me and Jamie are cool. So yeah, not really much there. Got no issue with Jamie. No new ones, at least I should say. But nah, not really a whole lot to say there. Yeah, as you see here, this is what we got to look forward to. I know this is a bad look. This is a bad main event to see for next week, but this card's not bad. I know for me to defend the card, that's a lot. But next week's card's not bad. You sound like Vampire. I don't know what that is. What's a Western Mass? Good to see you, brother. I just saw you in a different stream about an hour and a half ago. So good to see you. Let me look at what the fuck is Vamp. Whatever the fuck. Oh yeah, I've seen that dude's channel before. I've never really watched it, but I have seen his like videos show up before. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, to be honest. Oh no, actually I watched this dude a little bit. So yeah, cool. I guess I sound like him. Cool. So like it. I've been compared to much fucking worse. What are you? Are you stalking me? No, we were in well, he's not Comebacks anymore. The Ultimate Hater or whatever. One, yeah, who's still linked on my channel. So go check him out. I'll get his channel name completely. He was Combatics. Now he is. Let's see. He is now the Hardcore Hater. There you go. So almost has 700 subs. Get him to 700. Yeah, there's a. He was live earlier talking about APFC and all that. So good to see he's doing good. And yeah, so he's talking about the Targaryen situation a lot. So yeah, there's a lot to say there. A lot to say there. Yeah, man, fucking Isaac Targaryen, what a fucking moron. And yeah, what else can I really say there? Yeah. Well, I guess since we're talking about it already, let's go back and look at some of the interesting talking points on a day after this card went down. Again, I don't think this card was awful by any means. I don't think it was great. I think it happened. Will we remember this card in a week? No, not really. Outside of the big talking points, no one's gonna remember this card by Thursday. So, because again, it's not good. It was not bad. It happened. It would be like eating fucking plain Cheerios. It's nutrients. You're staying alive, but was it the best thing you've ever had? No. It's the worst thing you've ever had? No. It was nutrients. That was that. That's what this card was. It what happened about it. I can't really shit on it too much, and trust me, I have no issue shitting on a UFC card. But yeah, I really just struggle to really shit on this card too much. I think it was more than fine, and I can't really call it shit. So I know a lot of people probably didn't watch it or didn't care for it, but I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it. There was good on it. There was shit on it. It was an Apex card. You got what you expected. It was fine. So, yeah. To talk about the main two talking points of this card, obviously eye pokes and fight fixing. I'll say this, your mod Tone Kid Core. Thank you, Kamala, for that dude. Yeah, Tone's awesome. Can't say enough good things about Tone. I know he's happy today after the Bears won. Yeah, nothing bad to say about Tone. Super nice guy. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to put that on screen. Tone's awesome. What else can I say? I think we all can agree on that. The Tone is great. But yeah, so what are people talking about after this card? We'll begin with the one that I really don't know what is there to talk about. The eye poke situation with Waldo and Delegia. Like I said last night, like I said in that short I made right after the fight, Tom Aspinall looks worse because of this. Waldo came back from an eye poke and won. I don't know what the big debate here is. Robbery. Like, I think the Leech called it a robbery, dude. You eye poked him. What the fuck are you meant to? What was the ref meant to do? Allow it? So I'm confused on what was meant to happen there. Like, he was just allowed to let you eye poke him? Let's get fucking real. So I don't know what he's upset about. I don't know what anyone's upset about. It's just the right thing happened. Waldo got a timeout, got to continue the fight, and won. Good for him. I'm happy for him. And I don't like Waldo. At least I didn't before this fight. I respect Waldo now. Big respect to him, man. He did what Aspinall couldn't. He fought through an eye poke. Because that's what a fighter does. So, I don't know what else I'm really meant to say. There's not really much of a fucking scandal there. The right thing happened. He won. Good. Delicia fucking cheated. Everything people have crucified Gone for some reason for a week, Delicia did. So it's fucking dumb. Tom Aspinall's a bitch, and yeah, I don't know what else to really say. I'm happy for Waldo. Tone might be the biggest sweetheart of a guy in the entirety of MMA YouTube. Dude, he really, like, Tone is really, I don't think I've ever heard him say anything mean to anyone. Like, he's just super nice. We need more people like Tone. And, yeah, I can't disagree. So, Tone is as nice as you can get. Not really. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him say anything bad to anyone. He's super nice. But, yeah, not very much else to say. Good for Waldo. Happy he, destroyed this cheater who fucking eye poked him, and, yeah, not really a whole lot left to say there. Good for him. Good for him, and, how to, and then obviously, how do you fix eye poke problems? Get better gloves. Like, it's that simple. Fix the gloves. Do I think fighters should just close their fucking hands because it's the easiest thing in a goddamn sport? Yes. But at the same time, like, fix your glove. Oh. This problem could be fixed. This dumb eye poke problem could easily be fixed by either A, fighters just closing their hands, which is so easy, or B, fixing gloves. Both would be nice, but I don't know. So, I don't feel bad for Delicia. He fucking got the karma he deserved. And yeah, good for Waldo. Good for, I don't know what else to really say there. But then the other controversy, which is a lot bigger than what's going on with this. So, James Krause is in the news again. Isaac Dolgarian, you dumb motherfucker. If you don't know, if you didn't watch the card last night, or you just don't keep up with what the news cycle is saying right now, where do I begin? So, this dumbass, clearly some fishy shit was going on with the betting odds before his fight. He was going into the weekend, he was like minus 220 or some shit. And then throughout the night, throughout the card, money continued to come in on the opponent, O'Malley, to the point where by fight time he was down to like minus 140 or whatever, 130. And then he goes out there, has a pretty lackluster performance, loses, and it was, couldn't really notice anything crazy right off the bat. But after the betting odds thing came out, and you little think about it, who has Isaac Dolgarian trained with in the past? A man by the name of James Krause, a guy who we all know what he has done. He did that iconic dumbass fucking trick. The same thing here where the betting odds changed before a guy he was coaching, and Derek Minner, if you remember that story from a few years ago. Minner went into a fight injured. He was the favorite, but a bunch of money came in on Shai Leonard to back off, and they got fucking caught and fucking banned. So now this idiot looks to have done the same thing again. He's a fucking idiot. He trained Dolgarian, and this idiot looks to have done the same fucking thing again. What a moron is all I can say. Him and Dolgarian. Why the fuck would you try this again? I don't understand it, man. Why the fuck did he try this again? Oh, what a dumbass these guys are. MMA fighters are not smart. That's just been proven now. And, like, Did you not think you'd get caught doing it again? Like, think, man, think. You guys are just dumb. Fucking dumb, bro. I don't get why MMA fighters are so fucking stupid. They tried again and it failed. Not a close fault. Commissions need to be more harsh by Pokemon and take point or press percentage or both. Yeah, I think a point. Like, I can't disagree. Yeah, I would have no problem with either of those fucking things. I think it'd be a good fucking help. So, I think that would help. It'd be better. So, than just a slap on the wrist and fucking moving on from it. So, I don't know. Still should fix the gloves either way, but whatever. But then these guys need to fix their fucking gambling problem. And this is something you can't blame the UFC on. You can't blame the UFC for idiots doing stupid shit. And I already know. I've already seen people say they don't get paid enough. Win fights, earn bonuses. Like, didn't this guy win a bonus? I don't know. So, like, what the fuck? Win a fight, earn money. You can't just. Why would the UFC pay you crazy money when you don't fucking deserve it? I'm confused on people's logic there. You know, there's a business. They gotta fucking keep up their lights on. Why the fuck would they just throw money at people who don't fucking deserve it? If you suck at your job of fighting, you don't get paid. If you suck in the NFL, you don't get paid. So, most of the time, I don't get how people can defend this shit. And Bulgarian's a fucking idiot. And if they find out he really did this shady shit, he's gonna get cut on the spot and sent to federal fucking prison. Like him, the same thing happened to Derek Minner. He got cut immediately. James Krause got banned for life. It's like, Jesus Christ, these guys are just dumb. Like, just fucking earn your money. Fucking dumb, bro. I don't get it. And I feel bad for your Deer Del Valley that his one's getting overlooked here because of this idiot's fucking idea. So this idiot's idea of making money, which is fucking cheat the system. Like, I don't fucking get it, man. It's so dumb, and Bulgarian deserves whatever's gonna happen to him, and hopefully he gets cut. Hopefully he gets the karma he deserves. So, actually, the real hopefully is it's all bullshit, and he didn't do anything wrong. That'd be the perfect scenario. But that's not what we're gonna get. He's going to get exposed, and he's gonna be cut. Not really much else I can think to say. He's just an idiot. Truly, he's a fucking idiot. And yeah, people who train with James Krause, look at David Onelma in the main event, could hear through that fight. And apparently, let me actually bring up the official tweet. Let me bring up let me find it. Okay, so federal regulators have flagged over 100 UFC fights this year with the same betting patterns. Jason Herzog is allegedly under the scoop, so he's getting investigated, and 2 other fighters from last night card are under investigation. So I'm guessing Cedricus Dumas would have to be one of them. Is David Onama as well? I'd have to imagine. But think about that. 100 fights this year with weird fucking patterns. Oh, that's bad. Jason Herzog getting sniffed out. Yeah, that would sound about right with that fucking idiot. That guy is so fucking blatantly rigging shit. And then 2 other fighters outside of Bulgarian. Dude, this is not good. Right after the NBA's bullshit? Bro. Crazy. Yeah, the unintentional shit gotta be thrown out the window. Foul's a foul. Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. Like, sometimes I could see it being unintentional, but you know you're. I think nut shots are unintentional a lot of the time. I do think a good amount of those you can call accidental because it's a kick. You're trying to do an inside leg kick. Could you throw it better? Yes, but I'll give it a fucking break. Eye pokes though, no. Let's be honest. Like it's very fucking intentional. So I think we can call a spade in that regard. So but I think we can just be honest. So they need to find a way to get rid of eye pokes. Take a point immediately. Take money. Whatever. It's just like it's shit's silly now. So there should not be something still happening in the sport. A lot of things should not still be happening in the sport. The eye pokes, the robberies, like fuck, man. You can do so many fucking. You can fix so many things, but hopefully they do eventually. Time will tell. And the betting issue, which is again clearly getting investigated, and yeah, the UFC is very interesting to say the least. Right now, a lot of things have fucking sparked up the last 24 hours between eye pokes, fixed fights, referees getting caught up in shit. It's like crazy. The UFC is in a lot of hot water right now. Actually, the UFC, they didn't know about this shit. I'll give the UFC a break in that we're in this betting bullshit. The eye pokes, that's their fault. This bullshit, I can't really disagree with that not being a UFC fault. They did not fucking. If they knew these idiots were doing this shit, they would have cut them before that fight even happened. So it's silly. We're gonna find out over the next week or so what the fuck's gonna happen to those 100 fights they flagged. Isaac Bulgarian, Jason Herzog. Shit's getting real, man, and it has fully started to hit the fan. Like with the James Krause thing, the James Krause thing a couple years ago was bad, but it was like, okay, that was the two idiots doing something stupid, cool, whatever. Now it's like, okay, what the fuck's actually going on here? So I don't know. It's dumb, and Isaac Bulgarian might not be on the roster by this time next week. Jason Herzog might never ref another fight, and who knows what's going to happen to betting in the sport, truly. So, in every sport, because again, obviously by now you've probably heard about what happened in the NBA, people getting found out for that shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting to say the very least, and what's going on in sports, man? Can people stop betting and doing stupid shit? Sports athletes are not fucking smart, is what we've learned, let alone fighters. This shit needs to end. I'll tell you that, not very much else to say about this card and say in the recap video or the after party last night. So everything else went off without a hitch. You know, like I said, robberies need to stop happening, like what happened here, so that'd be nice. But yeah, I'll tell you that card happened. You know, I can remember it by Tuesday outside of the Bulgarian bullshit. And let's find out what happens with all of that. I am very intrigued to see what happens with all those morons who do that dumb shit, who have no faith in their actual abilities to win a fight, so they have to try and cheat the system. So, yeah. I am inevitable. Did you win? Did you actually fucking win in fantasy? I thought you lost because you benched, you played an injured. How the fuck did you win? You played an injured DeAndre Swift and still won. More than likely. Can George Pickens get 20? Maybe. Yeah, I'm shocked you didn't check your lineup, Chrome. You're usually good at it. But what's up, Chrome? Good to see you, brother. I did. Oh, I know you probably saw what happened to Jaden Daniels, and the first thing I thought when I saw it was the Chris Godwin thing from a few years ago. And I know you try and defend the Chris Godwin thing. I know you can't defend what happened to Jaden, and yeah, well, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, happy to see you're probably going to win here. I don't know how, but oh, you got Brandon Aubrey as well. Oh, yeah, you should win this. So I have score more than Pickens. Yeah, okay, yeah, you should win this. Unless Pickens just has the best game of his career and Aubrey, but if he doesn't, Aubrey's gonna be doing good as well. So yeah, you should take the win here. I can't wait to, I don't even know what to say. That's fucking insane. And yeah, what did Tony Pollard get? Who you could have played? I think he only got like 7 or some shit, like me. 7, yeah. Crazy, fucking crazy, man. I'm happy. So yeah, Aubrey could easily might score more than Pickens. I would not be shocked at all. So we'll see what happens. More than likely, you should be walking out with a win there. So I don't know fucking how, but you were losing like all day. Also, it's like crazy. But yeah, I'm happy to see you get to win there. Sweet. But yeah, I have plenty of things to say about football when we get there. It's a lose-lose for Ninja. Even if Pickens does good, that means Aubrey will do exactly. So yeah, you should get to win there. So that's awesome. I'm so happy you won that game. So were you winning all day? I swear it was close all day. I know I kept checking, so maybe you were winning all day. I don't remember perfectly, but yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm so happy you won that game, and that makes things so fucking interesting going into week 10. So yeah, we'll take a look at the rest of the games and what's gonna happen in the standings and all that. But yeah, so awesome, fucking awesome, man. I'm happy for you. Happy you got that win, and what an upset. 4 in a row now after starting fucking 0-5. Great. Montgomery almost had more than both his running backs combined. Oh yeah, you do have David Montgomery. Yeah, imagine if you played him. You would have fucking won by 30. Alright, you actually started Montgomery. 11. Fucking 11. I forgot you actually did play Montgomery. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, what Josh Gibbs and Taylor having a shit game is crazy. You got super lucky on a lot of these guys just playing like ass. His kicker was his second best player or third best player. What's Pickens even projected tomorrow? He averages 18, which that's a little worrying. So I played him, yes, I see that. So yeah, Pollard you benched, and he didn't do shit either. So neither of you really did much. Toner, what's up, brother? Western Mass was talking about you a little bit ago, Tone, and in a good way. Always good to see it. Told you Colts are frauds. Bad week. Let's see. Bad fucking week. We're gonna see who do they play next week. I'll tell you if they're frauds or not. They play Atlanta. They're gonna win next week. They're gonna be fucking 8-2 going into the bye weeks. They're still good. Just had a bad night. Every team has. But what about KC, motherfucker? You hyped them up so badly. What happened to them? They suck. So, what about KC? You hyped them up. Your Patriots looked good. Well, they looked alright. So, I can't believe Tone is still alive after that Bears game. I thought he had a heart attack for sure. So, crazy. Thank you, Western Mouse. So again, I'll go more in depth on. I can't wait to. Wow, I'm so happy you fucking won. I think Tone won as well. I think he played Matua, so no shocker there. Yeah. Sorry, Matua. Told you Bills can only beat them when it doesn't matter. That was a big game for both though. Bills now are, let's see, what is their record now? That was a big game for both teams. Bills are now 6-2. That would have been a bad loss for them. And KC falls to 5-4. So are they number one in their division? Oh yeah, Denver. And that's where they go next week. KC might be 500 by this time next week. So Bills D actually played good for once. Yeah, against the Chiefs. I think it's the first time they've ever actually played good against KC, holding them to 21 points. Oh, that's crazy. That Bears game killed me. I think it killed everyone. That was maybe the game of the year. I fucking Jesus Christ. We can only beat them in regular season. Fuck, well, both are gonna. They both might be wildcard teams, so. The NFL is so weird right now. The top 4 divisional winners right now in the AFC are the Patriots, the Steelers, the Colts, and the Broncos. What the fuck? The Bills and the Chiefs are probably going to be in a wild card unless one of the Broncos and Patriots fall apart. The thing about this, the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs are going to be wild card teams. Think about saying that 2 years ago. What the fuck? And the NFC, you got the leaders are what? Eagles. I think the Packers are still number 1, and we'll talk about their collapse today. Tampa, but man, Carolina's looking scary. Why the fuck are they good? And then the Rams and Seahawks are both 6-2. So at the over halfway point of the season, this might be the most unpredictable playoff picture we're gonna see in a while. Again, you could easily just say, "Oh, the Chiefs are gonna find a way to do their thing," whatever. I don't know. I hope not, because I would love a fresh Super Bowl. I would love to see a Colts Bucks Super Bowl or a Colts Lions Super Bowl, something like that. But we're not that lucky. Or Colts Packers would be amazing. So I don't know. Let's hope, knock on wood, something like that happens. Because a lot of the top teams, the Eagles look weak, and do they make a trade Tuesday? The Bills are getting better. Ravens are not great, but they got a cakewalk schedule. The Chiefs are falling apart. The Packers collapsed today. The Lions collapsed today. The Bucks are injured to shit. The Niners are shit. I don't know, man. The Colts are good. I don't get it. The Bills have won 5 straight during the regular season, but 0-4 in the playoffs. Yeah, the Chiefs really get better in the playoffs. So we'll see if that holds true again, though. So I think both those teams are probably going to be wildcard teams, and we'll see if they can. I could easily see a world where the Chiefs are heading to who would be the lowest division winner, probably the Steelers. I could see a world where the wild card is KC heading to Pittsburgh and Buffalo heading to probably New England, Denver. So Colts could. Well, I don't know who's gonna get the number 1 spot. So hell, maybe it's one of them heading to Indy. Who knows? So shit's getting weird. Shit's getting really weird in the NFL, and I love it. I love it. A lot of teams are already eliminated, like the Jets, the Dolphins, the Bengals, the Browns, the Titans, the Raiders, Commanders, especially after tonight. We'll talk about it. Falcons, Saints, Cardinals. So they know when to turn on when it matters. They better start turning it on to at least get a home field game. If they just keep coasting like this, they're gonna be in the wild card. And I doubt they want to go traveling during the playoffs, especially with us knowing how strong Arrowhead is. They might want to wake the fuck up and start trying a little harder, because if they don't, they're gonna end up in the fucking wild card. And in the wild card in terms of going somewhere, not playing at home in the wild card. So next week is going to say a lot. If they can beat Denver, that will be a big one. If they lose that game, They will be 500. Denver will be like 3 games ahead of them. And they're going to be in really, really bad spot to more than likely be a wild card team in terms of going to a different fucking stadium during the wild card. So it's going to be interesting. I'm intrigued, but they got to start waking up, man. They really do. They started just about 2 years ago and won the Super Bowl. But their division was so shit, they still wanted their division this year. Denver's not looking like... Denver's going to be tough. Again, if they beat Denver next week, then yeah, they're going to be for sure going to win the division. But we've not really seen them on the road in the playoffs in, what, 4 or 5 years? Fuck, what was their last away game in the playoffs? That fucking New England game in like 2018? Like, they never play on the road. Like, I'm actually trying to think, what was the last KC fucking away game in the playoffs? A Bills game? I think they might have played in Buffalo once. Like, trying to think what, like, who was, like, they're like, of course, not saying they need to play at home to win, but it helps. No, they went to the wild card this year and then went to Baltimore and Buffalo and won. Or was it? Well, yeah, they did go to the wild card, but they still got that home game in the wild card. But yeah, you're right. They go to... Yeah, I got it. I feel like they are always at home in the wild card in the playoffs, though. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. And it's funny you say Baltimore and Buffalo. The big 3 teams in the AFC are looking a lot weaker. Who would have thought the big 3 teams in the AFC are the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Colts? That makes so little sense that I don't even know what to say. So, fuck, I know you're ecstatic about that shit, Chrome. The Pats might get a home game in New England for the first time in fucking... Since Brady played there, so... Crazy. I don't... These next couple weeks of the season are gonna be batshit insane. I can't wait for all of it, so... It's gonna be fun. But, yeah. I'll continue talking about football in a minute. God, somehow the UFC, even with all their dumb scandal shit, still barely that interesting to talk about at this point. I don't know. It's a weird weekend in sports. So when the NFL gonna be fucking... when are people in the NFL gonna be caught for doing shady bullshit? Like the NBA and the UFC. I think that's a matter of time at this point. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So, yeah, not really a whole lot else to say there. So, one thing we really love to say in the UFC side of things is we could take a quick little peek at what we got next week. That being another Apex card, but I'll defend this one. I think this is a very good card. I just think it's strong. I think it has a weak main event, a shitty co-main, but there's a lot of good fights on this card, and I'm really looking forward to this card. It's a great poster. I think this card's not bad. Is it great? No. But I think it's, for an Apex card, a little bit stronger than usual. And I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a fun one. I think it's going to be better than yesterday's. It's going to be an interesting one at UFC Vegas 111. It should be interesting. I'm very intrigued. And we'll see what happens. So we can just take a quick little peek at the CAD. We're not going to break anything down or anything. I'll just read off a fight and probably give a little reaction to it. So, obviously Tuesday we'll look at it more, Friday, all that good shit. So, it is what it is. But, yeah, another 13-fight Apex card, beginning with a joke of a fight between Robert Valentin and Jackson McVeigh. Gross. Miles John to Daniel Marcos. That's pretty good. Yeah, they went 11-6 that year. Played Miami at home in wild card, and then beat Cleveland Bills on the road. Yeah, and the more I think about it, that is, I do remember that a lot more. And again, it's just, it never feels like they're on the road in the playoffs, but I guess they were, and I do remember that a bit more now. So we're gonna see if they lose next week, more than likely they'll be in the wild card, going on the road, probably the whole playoffs if they go deep into it. So it's gonna be interesting. We'll see if they can wake up next week. Again, it's weird to think that the Ravens, the Bills, and the Chiefs could all be on the road in the wild card to like New England, Denver, and Pittsburgh. It's like, what the fuck? It's weird. Just fucking weird, man. So we're gonna find out a lot can change in what, 7, 8 more weeks. See what does. Tisha Pennington and Denise Gomes. Fine fight, top 15 fight there. Have no issue there. Josh Hokett and Max Jimenez. We'll see who the fuck this Max guy is. Hokett, very interesting debutante there. That was Miami can't play in the cold playoff game. Yes, I remember that legendary game. And now every game is a Miami can't play in the cold game. Yeah, so we'll see what KC can do, man. See what KC can do. I mean, this was a bad night bad day for them taking that L. See if they wake up next, and they got their next 2 games, Denver and Indy. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen, but it's a high possibility by this time after those 2 games they could be 5-6. Like, I'm not gonna. Will they beat the Colts? Maybe. After what we saw today, good possibility. Will they beat Denver? I don't know. Actually, what is the rest of their schedule looking like? After the Indy game, because their next 2 weeks are difficult. Bless me. I can't mute it in time. So what's the rest of it? Cowboys, that's a win. Texans, that's a win. Chargers, that's tough. Titans, Jesus Christ. Denver again. And the Raiders. So bare minimum, they're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 wins for sure. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 wins more than likely. Worst case scenario, I think they will end the season, we'll say 9 and, let's see, 9-5, 9-6, 9-7, 9-8. I think 9-8 is the worst case. I don't think they're going to lose all those games. They will probably win at least 2 of them. So they'll probably end with like 11 wins at most. I would not be shocked at all. And we'll see. The UFC is so bad, 7 or 8 losses can get you a wild card berth. Yeah, like the AFC is like the good teams, which is like about 8 or 9 teams, and then garbage. So, wow, KC's actually 3rd in the division. They still gotta get past the Chargers in standings. So, yeah, it's like, again, like I said, there's already a bunch of teams in the AFC already eliminated. Miami's done. The Jets are done. Cincinnati and Cleveland are done. So that's 4 right there. Texans are looking done. Titans are looking done. Jags are shit. Raiders are done. So, but that's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams who are still very alive. So, and you can even add the Jags and the fucking Texans if you really wanted to. So, the AFC is interesting. The AFC is super interesting, and we're gonna see a lot of fucking interesting. Who's gonna walk out of this like pack of like 8 or 9 decent teams? Who's gonna walk into playoffs? There's a lot of interesting names, and it's gonna be interesting. So, see what happens. I'm very excited to see how the rest of all this plays out. So, should be fun. What should also be somewhat fun is this UFC card. So we already talked about Hokett, Myra Bueno Silva, and Jacqueline Cavalcanti. That's an easy one for Cavalcanti. Yanez and Quinones, that's a banger. Always good to see Adrian Yanez back. Jamal Emmers and Hyder Emil. Always good to see Hyder Emil back. That should be fun. Marco Tullio, Mr. Dumont, even though he's really fucking good. Versus Christian Leroy Duncan to start the main card. That's fun. Ricky Simone and Raoni Barcelos is probably the second best fight on the card. They have Ismail Bonfim and Chris Padilla, fun. Salikov and Medic, fun. Schnell and Morales, dog shit. Bonfim and Brown, an interesting fight, a terrible main event. This is a fun card. If the order was better, I think people would be talking about this card a lot better if this wasn't the co-main for no reason. So, but this is a fun card. I'm looking forward to this. I think it could be a very fun one. A lot of names on it. You got 2 ranked female fights here, which should be decent. Good bantamweight fight here. An interesting debut here. Gianez and Emil are fun. This is a good fight. See how good Tulio is. This is maybe the best fight on the card, to be honest. Padilla, good. We'll see how good he really is. Salikov and Medic is fun. This could be fun. Ricky Simone never forget Faber running him over. Yeah, that he really did. That was still so weird to look back on. That he got smacked by Faber, lost to Font after, and ever since he's been really damn good. Like, and Faber's was Faber like that had to be like one of his only knockouts in the UFC too, and it was when he was 50. 9 KO wins. That was his only KO win in the UFC. Crazy, man. Fucking crazy. As a giant underdog, I wonder if anyone actually made money on that. I remember watching this card live. Crazy to see where Simone is now as a guy who's really fucking good. Again, I think this fight could easily be the best fight on the card. Yeah, like his only other, again, if you think about it, all of Simone's losses since then, you only lost to top tier guys. You lost to Rob Font after him. I don't think he's a top tier guy. Some people do. Song Yadong, great. Mario Batista, passable. Vinicius Oliveira, phenomenal. Ricky's good, man. Ricky's very good. And that Faber fight will always be weird. Was that a fixed fight? I know Chrome thinks Robbie Lawler and Nico Price was fixed. Would they fix a fight for another old legend? I don't know. I jumped about 20 feet in the air when Faber dropped him. That might be the loudest crowd reaction I've ever fucking heard, at least for a fight night. Like, dude, that shit was deafening. Like, that was amazing. In fucking Sacktown, that was amazing. I might have to go back and watch Moss's reaction to that fight now. I don't think I've ever seen it. It sounds like a funny one. Yeah, that's insane. And then Simone's really only been KO'd one more time since by Song, who getting knocked out by Song Yadong actually makes complete sense because a Faber-trained fighter ain't that fucking poetic. I can't believe he was a favorite here. That was the freest money I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, Simone's good. It's that with still probably his most iconic fight, for better or worse. But to be able to bounce back from that and have a really great UFC career, good for fucking Ricky, man. He beat Marab, for fuck's sake. So crazy. So some hometown cooking there for that California kid. And yeah, so I'm fucking can't wait for that Simone and Barcelos fight. That's such a good fight. And this is a good card. Again, I think there's only 3 shit fights on this card. I think this fight's pathetic. I think this fight is pathetic. And actually, outside of those 2, I think every other fight's good. Like, good fights all here. This is a little weak, but I would say this is better than the other 2. Cavalcanti's a great prospect. Yanez and Emil are fun. Chulio's a great prospect. Simone, Barcelos. Padilla's an interesting one. Uncle Salikov's a gangster. Randy Brown should finally get a ranking, and he should win this fight because Bonfim is a shit. Can't wait. And don't forget to do your picks this week, Chrome, because I don't think you did picks last week. So, yeah. You know, now you would have probably went like 8 or 9 right, like everyone else did. So, yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. I'm excited for this card. Yeah, so I think this one is a lot harder to predict. I think there's a few interesting, difficult fights to predict on this card, so it should be fun. That's who Ricky Simone thinks he is. That's not a bad fucking comparison. Like, Simone is a lesser striker. His grappling is kind of weak. I forgot there was even a card. I think most people did. I don't blame you. So that card was kind of just stat padding for picks, unless you made really stupid picks, which I know you wouldn't have. So yeah. But yeah, Simone and Lopez is a good comparison. So fucking that mullet power, bro. Him, Jimmy Crew, and Diego Lopez. Fucking guy have that fucking haircut. Yeah, I think Diego just cut his hair, but whatever. Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck. This poster's weird, but I really like it. And we'll see what happens. Should be fun. Yeah, I'm happy Randy Brown is getting some fucking respect finally. And I saw Nama. I was like, why is he a headliner? They weirdly want to push him, even though he's not good. Like, I don't know. I do think a main reason Onam was the main event, and I do think a big reason Garimbo was so high on the card was they're from fucking Zimbabwe and Uganda, so they would love to push that, but they're just not good. And yeah, Onama got fucking. This fight might have been fixed as well, because Onama threw nothing in that fight, and Garcia just beat his fucking teeth in for a couple minutes, so. Weird. Very fucking weird. And yeah, they like Onama though, even though I think there's much better fighters outside of the top 15 than Onama. He gets the fucking nod for some fucking reason. Yeah, that was he set up by literally thought he was like the last fight on the prelims. Yeah. Like, Onama's a guy you put on like the opening fight of a main card or like at the top of the prelims. He's not a main eventer. He's not even like a featured bout guy. He's just not all that. He hits pretty hard when he's actually throwing in. He's alright. He can have fun fights, but is he a top 15 level guy? No. Can he beat top 15 level guys? No. I would easily take Danny Gay. Obviously Garcia, Gene Silva would rip his fucking throat out. Fucking Josh Emmett would fucking destroy him. So, and I get he beat Giga Chikadze about 6 years after that was any bit impressive. So, I don't know. Yeah. So, I'm trying to. How are you not repping Onama, Bukrom? You gotta support him. Now you gotta support Jamaica this week. So Jamaica and fucking Uganda in back-to-back main events. What the fuck? Yeah, let's see if Jamaican Rude Boy can get you in. 35 years old. Let's see, man. Let's fucking see. I hope he gets one. Is he one of France's African? No. Well, maybe. But, that's Izzy and Usman. That's the big three of Africa. The UFC is praying they can find a fighter from Africa, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Jamaica, who is really good. Adiba Gutierrez looks like he's the best one. Randy Brown's pretty good. I guess people would say Leon Edwards, even though he's more British than Jamaican, at least. I would imagine, if you think about it. Like, look at that one Contender Series episode like late in the season. You had a guy from fucking the Congos and fucking this place. It's like they want to get someone good from that market because they've not really had much since Francis from that market. It's just not working. So hopefully they do eventually. It'd be awesome to see a fighter from there be really good. But it's Diba Gutierrez. It's really all they got at the moment. They had him just pay for him. But he doesn't deserve what he wants. He's not that big of a star. At least at that moment he wasn't, let alone during a fucking pandemic at the start of it. So, RX dog. D-man dog. Randy Brown better win. He should. I think he's better than Bonfim, much better. He should win. He's actually the underdog, but on the picks, he's favorite. He should win, and I'll talk about that and all of these fights more on that later Tuesday. But I'm picking Randy Brown for sure. I think he's much better than Bonfim. Most people don't think Bonfim be a Wonder Boy who's 50. So yeah, I'm definitely taking Randy, and I think he's gonna finish Bonfim more than anything. So I'm excited. That's gonna be a big one. I hope if Bonfim wins, like we already know this guy sucks. So he was stretching dudes like prime. Yeah, yes, he was, but still, A, it was during a pandemic, and B, is he really that big of a star? He's like a name, but even at that time, was he top 5 biggest names in the division? Stipe was probably still bigger name. DC just retired by that point. He already lost to Derek Lewis, who, well, like Francis is a big name more now because of the boxing bullshit. And apparently he's gonna finally fight Deontay Wilder, which, please. But like if he was asking for like Connor money or like something like that, he doesn't deserve it. He just doesn't. If he came back right now, would he even like? He's about as big of a star as Aspinall and like guys like that. But sorry, he was just getting started. Yeah, I agree. I think if he would have had like 2 or 3 more fights defenses, he would have been a bigger star. Let's say after that Gon fight, he stayed. I think one more win after that Gon fight, he would have been a star, and that win would have been probably against who would he have fought? Because I'm trying to think who after he left after the Gon, he would have fought Jones at that point, and depending on what happened, just getting that fight booked would have made him a star. So then, yeah, for the Jones fight, you would have paid him big money. But for what he was asking for at that time during the pandemic, I just wouldn't have really made a lot of sense, and I don't blame the UFC for not. Plus, he's already pretty old. He looks to be injury prone, or who knows how much he's healed from a lot of his injuries. And it looks like he's doing better than boxing anyway. Well, he's getting more money in boxing. And good for PFO. But like, look at what PFO's paying him and overpaying him. Like, and Ngannou has a pretty big ego, and I do believe that. So I think the UFC probably did the right thing in the end there. So like, if they still had him right now, he'd be a top 5 guy still. Would he be champ? No. Jones would have beat him. Tom would probably beat him. Well, unless you eye poke him. So yeah, you'd still be top 5. You'd have him have great fights with Pavlovich, a Lewis rematch, hopefully. But it just did not work out. So when Francis asks for money, Dana lets him go. But Jones asks for money, Dana lets him carry it out for 2 years. I agree that is complete bullshit how he did that, but yeah, it's bullshit. I'm not disagreeing with you in that regard. So I don't know. Francis killed Jones. Grappling has gone good. Yeah, I don't think Jones would have been able to take him down as easily, but who knows? And like, especially with Francis having those bad knees, Jones with some of those fucking teep kicks and all that, man. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Who knows? I would love to see John Jones get knocked the fuck out, but I would have picked Jones in that fight, to be honest. But now we'll never know because Francis ran away to go get overpaid by PFO to KO one tomato can in like 4 years of being on the roster. Oh, and he runs their PFL Africa thing, which no one watches. So great. He's fought more in boxing, and his next fight is going to be in boxing. Like he literally is only gonna fight in PFL one time, and it was that one fight. He's never gonna fight in PFL again. They're fucking dumb. He can take you down and knock you out that way. Yeah. Yeah, let alone he fought a tomato can. He fought a tomato can and beat him in the most boring fashion possible. So I don't know. How old is Francis now? I think he's like 36. He's not going to fight many more times. He's almost 40. Jesus. Yeah, he'll fight 2 more times. He'll probably do 1 boxing match, and hell, actually, that might be it. I think he should fight Deontay Wilder, win, and retire. I think that'd probably be the best thing for him. Or you could just retire now. It looks like that's what he wants to do, so we'll see. I'm not really sure what else to really say about it. Like, the UFC's never gonna do a cross promotion thing with PFL, so that's out the window. And then what would you even do? Jones and Ngannou 5 years late. Would you do Pierre and Ngannou? Pierre would win that fight. Well, imagine now Francis would just throw him on the ground. Never mind. Tom and Ngannou has lost any steam because one guy's been gone for 6 years and the other just quit. So yeah, it just the UFC gets nothing out of doing that. So I don't know really what else to say. Ngannou might fight one more time and then retire. So not very much else to say. No. Okay, can we get that Deontay Wilder fight, please? It'd be really fucking cool. But we don't get to get nice things in boxing. You realize in the Gon fight takedown they're easy. Yeah. Yeah, you no shit. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't think that before. You are fucking. Let's see, this is a fucking 6'4", 200, and by fight time, probably 280-pound fucking guy. You could throw him on the ground easily and keep him there. Like, and that's what he did, even on bad knees. That was great. Yeah, you did a good job there. Fuck, are they gonna do Ngannou and Usyk? I wouldn't be fucking shocked at this point. God, Usyk might KO him quicker than Joshua did. But yeah. So I don't know. Ngannou's a weird case. So I think I was gonna say which side's regretting the fucking all that, but I don't think either side is. Dana's not regretting it because he didn't have to pay him, and it would have been a waste of money anyway. And Francis saying it because he hasn't fought that many times since, and he would have just sat on the UFC roster doing nothing. So I think probably the second he lost the belt, he probably would have just dipped. So I don't know. So could heavyweight use him right now? Maybe, but I think then in the end, heavyweight will get back to some normality eventually. So whatever. And yeah, really about all I gotta say about MMA right now. It's a weird sport. We had James Krause proteges faking fights again, the eye poke problem, a decent card next week. See if Randy Brown can get a win. Heavyweight sucks, and yeah, not really a whole lot left to say there unless I'm forgetting something. So a weird week in the UFC, and we'll see what happens next week. Obviously, again, I'll talk about UFC Base 111 on Tuesday and Friday and all that. And yeah, not really too much else to say there. See what happens. So with that being said, unless there's anything else in UFC to talk about, which I don't believe, I'll talk about the recent fight news. You know, it's been very little on Tuesday. Hey, what's my pick percentage after last night? Still 59%. I'm 59 on both Tapology and Goat Milk, so great. And see what happens. Francis would still be champ. If he would have beat Jones, let's say he did fight Jones after Gon, and he would have won, he would have held the belt for a while, because who would have beat? He would have probably did the Stipe trilogy, which he would have won. He would have fought, let's see, he would have fought probably Pavlovich sometime in there. He would have won that. Tom would have been his biggest threat. Tom would be his big would have now. In hindsight, yeah, Ngannou would probably win that. I think who else is like he would beat Volkov more than likely. fuck it, send Gable Steveson after him. God, that size difference would be fucking mental. Pierro's too tiny and would get thrown around, so maybe if he could beat Jones, then yeah, more than likely. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anyone. Almeida, he would kill Almeida. He probably would have done a Blades trilogy and he would have beat him again. So Tom got bloodied up by God friends that would kill him. Seems like it. So yeah, I don't know. So I wouldn't be shocked if in a couple years, like let's say next 5-6 years, when Izzy's probably out the UFC or retired, Usman's probably retired, I could see a boxing card with Ngannou, Usman, and Izzy on it in like Africa. Like just make a bunch of money and they're probably beating up tomato cans. I could see it. I think that'll probably be like the closest thing we will ever get to seeing UFC Africa or the big three fighting at once. So I don't know why the UFC hasn't done an Africa card. Like, I could probably think of some reasons that I won't say, but like, why not? Like, you want to break into a market like that. You've had the perfect opportunity with when you had 3 champs like Usman, Izzy, and Francis. Why not? But I don't know. Now Dana's talking about doing UFC Georgia for Marab. That would be cool. So yeah, I'm already expecting Crowan to make a fucked up joke to why they haven't done UFC Africa. Yeah. But again, maybe Adiba Gutierrez is the one to make that happen. Is he gonna be legit? We'll see. We thought Robusta Spain was gonna be that. No. We thought there's been some guys, but we'll see if Adiba Gutierrez is the one to really get Cameroon and that Africa, Cameroon, all that really back on the map. We got Randy Brown this week from Jamaica. Obviously, David Onama shit the bed. Some of Garimbo's hot garbage. A lot of their Contender Series fighters have failed. So Izzy's washed. Usman is washed. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be very interesting, and yeah, we never got that UFC Africa with the big 3 champs. So maybe, he could fight fucking. Cause isn't Joshua gonna do a boxing card in Africa or some shit? Yeah, get Francis on that card. Why not? I swear, they've been talking about a boxing card in Africa. What, Joshua and Bacoli or some shit? It should do it. It'd be interesting. Yeah, we'll fucking see, man. But I'm done talking about UFC. I've talked about more than enough, and at least I am. You say whatever you want in chat, I'll still talk about it. But overall, I'm done talking about UFC. Heavyweight shit. Yesterday's card was weird. Bulgarian's an idiot, and we'll see what next week brings with this decent looking card. Finally, let's talk about the other sports we love, and we'll begin with we look at the NBA first because I don't see no reason not to, because there's not really a lot to say there. Let's take a look over at the NBA fantasy. So most of the games for tonight are over, I believe. So let's take a look at what has happened. I got the win. It's moving to 1-1. That's always good to see. Damn, Chrome got destroyed. The bots beat the shit. Maybe the Unk team is not really the best idea, Chrome, because you're J-Dub is still injured. Damn. What the fuck is Jalen Green's injury? Why the fuck is he injured? Damn. So I don't know. Like, I think you should be able to use IR, but it's not letting me use it. I don't get it. I lost this week. Really? And the Unk team is not great for Chrome, and he will fall to 1-1. The bots will go up to 1-1. Is everyone gonna be 1-1 this week? Oh no, Tony, you won. What do you in fantasy? I don't know. I think, but in this you did win. Tone gets to win in NBA fantasy, moving to 2-0, as Vast falls to 1-1. So good for Toner there. God, is everyone in the NBA just injured, man? It's fucking weird. And then Potter got the win by a hair over Matua. Oh, Matua, you need to set your lineup. You had it. If you played one dude on your bench, you would have won. Potter moves to 2-0, and Matua moves to 0-2. God damn it, Matua. You just need to play one of these guys and you would have won. I mean, Matua. I sent you one trade, Tone, and it was actually a good trade. Until the games actually started. I sent you one trade. I might send out one more before the deadline on Wednesday, 4 p.m. I think. I don't remember. Yeah. That was not a bad. And fuck it, I'll even show it because I don't care. I'll fucking show the trade. And I doubt you care. Yeah, this was a fair trade. So I give up Henderson, who I don't think. Actually, I think he did all right today. Chuba, yeah, okay. Tracy, okay. This was not bad. You didn't even start either of these guys. I don't want to hear it. Fuck you. I don't think that's a bad trade, but you didn't accept it, and there you go. But the season just started and guys already sitting out hurt. Yeah, like again, you have J-Dub still injured, and you got Jalen Green injured, fucking PG, but PG sucks anyway. Anthony Davis, Tyler Hero. That's the NBA for you, man. It's fucking dumb. It truly is. But your 4 winners this week in the NBA fantasy will be me, the bots, Tone, and Botter. Very, very interesting. And we'll see what happens next week. So what are the games next week? Because obviously Sunday's when the games fully end. So now if every game's over in the NBA tonight, that's that. Nothing else can happen. So what's week 3? Oh, actually, Chrome will play Beers. Vast will play the bots. I'll play Matua, and Botter plays Tone. Interesting. So I have to look at this fucking how many games there were in this thing. So Embiid plays every other 3 games. Yeah, I would have never drafted Embiid. A, he's washed, and B, he never plays. He's like the 3rd best player on his team, and that's one he actually plays. So I still love that Sengun's playing amazing. And I forgot, like I saw earlier on Instagram, Chrome, I forgot the Thunder actually drafted him. Why the fuck? You could have had Sengun and Chet. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. But don't worry, I have my injuries. LeBron is still not playing. Darius Garland still hasn't played. LaMelo's injured like always. Devin Vassell's getting fucking cut. Cooper Flag has been super underwhelming. Yeah, I think Austin Reeves might be my best player. Austin Reeves might be my best player. But yeah, I would have never. I'm not trying to act like I'm some genius. I'm a fucking idiot. But I would have never taken a Kawhi, Embiid, AD, one of these guys who always sits out. And like, if you want to take them thinking, oh, maybe this is the year they consistently play, I don't blame you for that. But I could never do that. I just wouldn't. And I know I took LeBron, who's out for 2 weeks, but I guess I lied a little bit. But I think LeBron even plays more than those guys. And yeah, LaMelo, I guess, another guy. So I guess it's kind of impossible to get a team that's not filled with injury-prone players. And yeah, so there you go. So those are what happened in the NBA, and now let's look at what happened in the NFL. Before we look at fantasy, let's talk about what happened in the actual games, because that's half of what the title is, the NFL Week 9 recap. I think I already talked about the Thursday night game with the Ravens and the Dolphins. If not, I have nothing new to add to it. Ravens beat shit out of them. Dolphins are done. They're probably going to trade Jalen Waddle on Tuesday or beforehand. And yeah, they're terrible. Good one for Baltimore. Lamar is back and better than ever. And yeah, not an easy one there. No one expected that, right? Then we had the first game of the Sunday slate and maybe the game of the year so far, and the game I thought would have killed Tone, the 47-42 banger between Caleb Williams and Joe Flacco, the Bears and the Bengals. Crazy. What? And I don't know how both teams kind of choked this game away. Bengals honestly a little worse because they took the L. 470 yards from Flacco. What a game. I don't know what else to say. Game of the year probably so far. Amazing. Respect to the Bears for staying in there and winning. Respect to the Bengals for making a comeback. Flacco, Higgins played great. Caleb did good. Amazing game. Yeah, I think with Burrow, they might have won this game, but who knows? That's a fucking if and a kind of a meaningless one at that. Either way, great one for the Bears. Them and the Vikings, the only teams in that division to win this week, and amazing game. What else can I say? That game was the game of the year so far, I'd have to imagine. Then speaking of games in that division, I know Tone loved seeing this as well because this really helped the Bears, the Vikings, and the Lions. The Vikings with the huge upset on the Lions. After the first week, I completely forgot about NBA fantasy. I don't blame you. I don't mind it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I enjoy it. I think it makes the NBA a little more enjoyable. And hopefully next year we can get more people in. And if y'all don't want to do it, y'all don't have to do it. So we'll see. So I don't know. I think it's fun and it's easy, simple. It's not like for fantasy football is way harder. Easily way harder. Fuck, I think picking fights is harder than fucking NBA fantasy. So I don't know. I thought it was a fun idea. I'm happy we're doing it, and it helped me keep up for the NBA. So, more importantly, but we keeping up with the NFL, especially with the Vikings and the Lions being our second game of Sunday. Big win for the Vikings. Big upset against Detroit. Another game, kind of like when they played the Packers in Week 1, that Detroit just kind of looked not great. They kind of just didn't look like themselves, played super underwhelming, and took another bad divisional loss here. Is this their only other? No, did they lose to KC as well? So this is their third loss this season, so not a great look for them there. I think they're number 2 in the division still, but this helped the Bears and the Vikings getting wins as the Lions and Packers took L's. Very interesting. Bad performance by Detroit. We'll see how Minnesota builds on this. JJ McCarthy's back, and he looked too decent. Justin Jefferson. Aaron Jones can't stay healthy. This was a big win for Minnesota, a much needed win for Minnesota, and a big hit to the Lions. This is a reason. Games like this are why the Lions have not won to the Super Bowl yet, which is core because they have these weird ass games where they just don't show up. So hopefully they can look better throughout the rest of the season and get back on the horse next week. Bad loss here, though. And speaking of bad losses, maybe the worst loss of the day, the Panthers beating the Packers. I know Tone loves this. What the fuck, Green Bay? Why did you lose to the Panthers? Who are garbage? Like, what the fuck? This is the worst the Packers have looked. After a good one against Pitt last week, why the fuck did they crumble here against a team that, I had Red Zone on, so I was flipping between games. I don't even know how they won this game. Their defense is not good, Carolina's that is. Their offense is Bryce Young, who's not good, and Tedrow McMillan, who is really good. How did they lose this game? This was a surefire layup for the Packers, and somehow they get beat without barely scoring. And also, is Rico Dowdle that fucking good? So I don't get it. Ginormous win for the Panthers, moving them to 5-4 with a game or two behind the Bucks, 1 game behind Tampa. and they're gonna fucking get another win next week against the Saints. If Tampa doesn't get healthy and start winning, and I hate to say this, and I know Chrome doesn't want to hear it, but if Tampa can't get healthy and start winning, let's see, who do they play next week? I'll tell you. Carolina could take this division. They play New England next week. Carolina might be number one in this division after next week, because they're gonna beat the fucking Saints, and are the Bucks gonna beat the Patriots? Which I know that game's gonna break Chrome's heart. I don't know. I don't know. This could injury. Like, I don't know what the update is on Chris Godwin or Emeka Egbuka. I'm guessing they're gonna play. Tampa just won. Yes, but you're one game behind. You're one game ahead of the Panthers, and they're still injured. I don't know how healthy is Bucky Irving gonna play. And now you got to go to New England. Their next 3 games: New England, Buffalo, LA. That could go bad. By the end of that 3-game slate, Carolina could be number one in this division. I hate to say that. So they've only lost 2 games. Yeah, but look at their upcoming schedule and look at their injuries. New England, Buffalo, and the Rams. If they went 0-3 there, I would not be shocked. Those are really hard games. And if you look at Carolina, and I'm not even trying to be biased, Chrome, I love Baker. I love the fucking Bucks. The Panthers next 3 games, the Saints, the Falcons, the Niners. That's 2 wins and maybe 3. By the end of the next 3 weeks, the Panthers could be be 8-4, or worst case 7-5, and the Bucks could be 6-5. It's weird. Carolina probably gonna lose to the Saints. I don't think so. Tyler Shuck is playing. They are playing the worst quarterback they have. Rattler was actually playing all right. He played bad against Tampa. No, I don't think Carolina's gonna lose that game. So if they do, that's super helpful for Tampa. But I struggle to see that happening. Let's see. So what is the injury update on these guys? I swear I was on Tampa. So if Tampa can get Bucky and fucking Egbuka healthy, they should be fine. Though, is there an update on Bucky? Is he gonna ever play? If they can get Bucky Irving back, that's ginormous. So, I think this is old. So what's the update on Bucky? If they can't get him, if they have to go with another 2 or 3 weeks with Rashad White and Sean Tucker, I'm worried for them. Egbuka's healthy, that's good to see. Godwin being out, okay, that's not. They got Tez Johnson and Shepard, that's okay. They need Bucky back. They need, like, Rashad played all right, but he's not Bucky. He doesn't have the same fire as Bucky. I think Carolina's going to Super Bowl. Fuck, at this point anything's possible, but I don't think even that could happen. So, but yeah, we'll see if they can't get Bucky back, especially next week against New England, who is on fire right now. This could end up bad. They said a couple weeks, and then they will be all back after bye week. I hope if they get Bucky back after the bye week, Godwin maybe as well. They're gonna make that game with New England difficult. They're gonna make that the next 3 weeks difficult. So we're gonna see if they can get healthy. They're gonna be dangerous in all of those games. But if not, if they're still injured, Carolina could steal this division from under their nose, and it would suck to see. But we're gonna find out. I hope they get healthy. I hope we see Bucky back, and let's see what happens, man. So we'll see. They need, again, for a schedule that has the Patriots, the Bills, and the Rams in the next 3 weeks. They need Bucky, and they need Mike Evans, more importantly, but he's done really until December. So we'll see if Carolina can steal this division. I don't know why they're good, how they beat the Packers. We're gonna find out. Good win for Carolina today. No idea what the fuck happened to the Packers in those awful uniforms. Weird week in both those divisions. Carolina's number 2 in the division, and the 2 best teams in their own division, Detroit and Green Bay, lost. Make it make sense. So Tone, you think it's gonna be the Panthers and Bills in the Super Bowl? Well, actually, no. But wait, Tone, if you say that, you mean you don't think Chicago's gonna go to the Super Bowl? Are you betraying the Bears? Are you betraying the Bears, Chrome or Tone? Come on, man. Why, with you saying that, you think the Panthers are better? So crazy. But then we got back to normality with the Chargers beating the shit out of the Titans. The Titans are garbage. They're gonna be in top 4 in the draft next year, drafting hopefully something for Cam Ward. And the Chargers got a easy cannon fodder win. Not really much else to say. Titans are shit. Then we have Chrome's other team outside of Tampa, the Falcons and the Patriots. Patriots get another good win here in a game that was a lot closer than it should have been, but Drake London couldn't drop anything, so big win for New England here. Now I believe still are they 2 games ahead of Buffalo or 1? I forget if Buffalo has 5. Okay, so they're 1 game ahead of Buffalo. New England almost surefire a playoff team at this point. Worst case, they lose the division to Buffalo, but still sneaking in a wild card. Drake May is great. Travion Henderson got his first start and played all right. Fucking Keyshawn Booty, I hate. I started him and he didn't catch a pass. Diggs and Pop Douglas look good. Yeah, New England's pretty damn good. Atlanta is not good. Kyle Pitts should get traded. Bijan and London are phenomenal. Penix is pretty mid. Yeah, they put up a good fight against a team they should have got blown out by. I'll give them props there, but overall, good win for New England. 7-2 now, their best record since Brady. Because I think even that Mac Jones playoff year, they were like not 7 and goddamn 2. And yeah, we'll see how far they can go. New England got their quarterback. Good for the Patriots. I'm happy for Chrome that his team's good, and see how far they can go. Our secondary is all out with injuries. A high school team can 50 up on us. Yeah, I saw that today. So yeah, your offense is good. Your defense could play better. So we'll see what happens with Chicago. So they got to win today at least. So I think they are 3rd in the division. So see what happens. Next we had a game that I forgot even happened today. The Niners and the Giants. Did anyone actually watch this game? Niners got to win. Giants are shit because all of their good players are injured. I will say this: the Giants could actually be sneakily really good next year. When Scatterboo comes back sometime in the season, when Malik Neighbors is back. So yeah, I think their 2 best players are injured. And offensively, of course, they got Sexy Dexy still on D-line, but he can only do so much. With Scatterboo and Neighbors out, their main weapons are Theo Johnson, Wandell Robinson, and fucking Tyrone Tracy. So they've kind of got a really short end of the stick here. And Jackson Dart's trying, but he just doesn't have a lot of fucking help. Niners have more somehow. CMC and Mac Jones played good, got to win, keeping the Niners alive somehow, who are now 6-3. They're, I think, Purdy will probably be back next week, even though Mac Jones is better. Yeah. Game no one watched. Good win for the Niners. Giants are just unlucky this year. I think next year they could be scary. And with Dart, Neighbors, and Scatterboo, that's a hell of a big 3. They could be scary. Just not a good year for the Giants. Always next year. And for Niners, somehow they're still winning with everything broken. Good on them. Then we had the game Chrome was happiest to see go the way that it did because they got fraud checked. And, I'm still kind of iffy about that one. The Colts and the Steelers, a very bad day for the Colts. Yeah, they completely underperformed here against a team they should have beat with ease. They just did not show up at all and got beat up. And the score makes it look a lot closer than it was. This game was not really close at all. And Indy took their first L's in a couple since week 2, I believe, or whatever. So yeah, not a good week for them. I'm not gonna call them frauds yet. I'm gonna say it was a bad week, and they'll bounce back next week. But if they lose again next week, yeah, they were frauds. But I'll give it time. Pitt has to stay to the standard of going 500 every year, and yeah, they're just trying to win this division as easily as possible. When the other three teams two of them are already eliminated, and the Ravens are a couple games behind. Good win for Pitt to stay at number one. Bad night for the Colts, but I think they'll bounce back next week. Who do they play next week? That'll tell you if they're gonna bounce back or not. They're still first in the AFC South, and I think in the AFC in general. They play Atlanta next week. Yeah, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna win that. Yeah, no worries there. They'll be back on track, and we'll see what happens. Bad day for the Colts. I think they'll bounce back, but if they lose to Atlanta next week, yeah, they fucking suck. And Pitt has to do what they do. Look terrible in a game they should have won, and then look great in a game they should have lost. Whatever makes sense. Whatever the fuck voodoo magic they do to always be decent. Fuck them. Then we had the last 1 o'clock game, another game I don't think many people watched or cared about, the Broncos and the Texans. Low scoring, very boring. Broncos get to win as they should have. They are the better team here. The Texans have no defense, no O-line. They are praying CJ and Nico can do everything, and they can't. I don't know if Joe Mixon is ever going to fucking play again. I thought IR was only meant to be 4 weeks, not 4 months. And yeah, the Texans are now 3-6 or some shit. 3-5, third in the division. Going to Duval playing Duval next week, a game they could win or lose. Yeah, they're done. I think the season's kind of a wash for them. They have no receivers outside of Nico. They have no O-line, no defense. Their running backs are shit. Nick Chubb's washed, and Woody Marks is shit. Waste of a season I almost forgot CJ Stroud got knocked the fuck out here on one of the classic slide and get knocked out plays. Sucks to see. Hopefully he heals up in a couple weeks, and we got to see Davis Mills football. You'll love to see it. Yeah, bad year for the Texans. Chrome predicted their sophomore slump, and yeah. Hopefully they get CJ and Nico some hope next year, but this year it's just a waste. And then for Denver, number 1 division, I think number 2 in the AFC overall, looking good. They don't outside of the Cowboys game, they never can win super convincingly, but they got to win here. Move on to see who they play next week. Can they get a good lead? Oh no, they play KC. Duh. That'll be a big game. Next week's the biggest game of the year for Denver so far. They'll see if they can get that one against KC, keep the number 1 spot in the division, and see what happens. Good win here against a broken Texans team, and yeah, hope CJ Stroud heals up in due time. Then we had the 4 o'clock schedule, beginning with the Jags and the Raiders. Yeah, somehow this was a close game, which shows how shit the Jags are. Went to overtime. Raiders got to score, went for 2, didn't get it, takes the L. Yeah, not a very good game between two not good teams. The Raiders are one of the worst teams in the NFL. Jaguars are a complete fucking paper tiger. They built a really good 5-1 record to begin the year. Now they've been exposed to being kind of shit. Travis Hunter's on IR. Brian Thomas Jr. sucks. Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, they're not much. I think they're not very good, and yeah, and if they sneak into the wild card, somehow they'll get their teeth kicked in. But I don't think they're even going to be able to do that. If you can barely beat the Raiders, that says a lot. And yeah, Raiders fall to, what are they, 1-7 now? Or did they get 2 wins? I don't remember. Falling to 2-6. Yeah, they're gonna be a top 10 pick in the draft next year. Hopefully they can draft a quarterback. And It was good to see Brock Bowers play again. He looked great. Other than that, Raiders suck. Jags are shit, but sneaked out to win here. Just not a very good game. Speaking of not good games, one I won't even waste any time on, the Saints and the Rams. Rams beat the shit out of them. Could not have been any easier. Saints are dog shit. Next, they're looking to get Archie Manning or whoever the top quarterback will be next year. They're in contention with the Dolphins and the Jets for that number one pick, so we'll see who gets it. Then the second to last game of the day and the biggest of the day, the Chiefs and Bills. For the 10th time, we've seen Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. And unlike any time they ever play in the playoffs, the Bills actually got to win here. They kind of beat the Chiefs most of the game, from what I remember. That's where they always had the lead. And they got to win here. And Buffalo, good win. We talked about this earlier. Not a good win or not a good loss for the Chiefs. Not really what they needed right now. Going into a big game with Denver next week to see who will probably be the number one team in that division. KC needs to wake up, and where they're going to be traveling during the playoffs. And then for Buffalo, good win. Just trying to catch up to New England, who they're one game behind. Let's see, they play Miami next week, so New England better win that game against Tampa, because if not, they're both going to be they're both going to have 7 wins by the end of next week. We'll see what happens. Buffalo will do their yearly beating of the Dolphins, and they already did once this year, I thought. One more doesn't hurt, and we'll see what happens. New England better beat the Bucs, or we're gonna have a tied. I think New England would still be number one because they beat Buffalo, but let's see if they can get the fucking win. So there you go. Not very much to say there. God, 7-2, 6-2, 2-7, 1-7. Great division. Yeah, good win for Buffalo here. They always like beating KC, even though it's not in the playoffs. It probably still feels pretty good for them. And yeah, KC needs to wake up. Buffalo needs to try and catch New England. Let's see which one happens. And then Sunday Night Football, which, oh boy, I think we all know what happened here. Sunday Night Football, a game that was nothing important happened until the end of the game when it was already over. The Seahawks and the Commanders. Okay. We all know what happened here. If you don't go find the clip. Just believe what I say here. So for the first 3.5 quarters, the game was a domination by Seattle. It was never close. Commanders, by the middle of the fourth, were down 31. And then, because they're goddamn stupid and kept Jaden Daniels in the game, he broke his fucking arm in a pointless play late in the fourth, down 31, and they just injured the best quarterback they've had since RG3, and now he's done for the year in the worst arm injury I've seen since Gordon Hayward, if you remember that one, on opening night of 2018. The Commander, they're the same thing I said when the Bucs did this to Chris Godwin last year, and I will say that game was closer than this one, so I understand why the Bucs did that. This was not even competitive. I think even Chrome would agree with this, because Chrome defends the Godwin thing. Fine, there's no defending this. This was stupid, disgusting, and you just got your best player injured in a meaningless game where you're already down 31, and he had no right being in the game. Again, his arm's broken. Again, maybe the worst arm injury I've ever seen. It might be worse than the Gordon Hayward one. And their coach should be fired. The Commanders' season is over. Who knows if Jaden can come back from this, because that's a bad fucking injury. Yeah, annoying, very annoying, because I have him in fantasy just as a football fan. It's fucking retarded what they did here to have their best player down in the game, down 31. Fucking disgusting, stupid, and yeah, Commanders should fire everybody. You're a bunch of fucking idiots, and I don't get what the fuck the thought process was here. If the game was close, sure, Look at what happened in the Bengals game. You could make a comeback. It was like fucking 8 minutes left in the fourth, down 31. You're not coming back, and you just had your franchise quarterback break his arm in a meaningless game in his second year after already coming back from injury and now being done for the year. Good job. You are gonna waste this man's career just like you did RG3, and it fucking bullshit. I don't know really what else to say there. Yeah, that Jaden Daniels' sophomore year over, and at least he made it to year 2 more than RG3 could say. But yeah, annoying, disgusting. Fuck the Commanders, and yeah, they deserve every loss they take the rest of the year unless they fire that coach. They get what they fucking deserve for doing something that fucking stupid in a meaningless game to one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So, not taking anything away from Seattle, they looked great. They dominated. Good one for them. And now moving to 7-2, tied with the Rams for the division. Good for them. They did nothing wrong. And yeah, Commanders, you're a bunch of fucking idiots, and you just ruined your fucking season. Your maybe next season, because again, I don't know when he can come back from that injury. Again, it's the worst arm injury I've seen since Gordon Hayward. And again, arm injuries really are not that gross in my opinion. This one was hard to fucking watch, and you can find a clip if you want. I wouldn't advise it. It's fucking brutal, and yeah, bullshit. Heal up, Jaden. Hopefully we see him sometime next year, because he's not playing again this year. And the Commanders, you're a bunch of fucking morons. All I can really say. Awful way to end Sunday night in the NFL, but it's the NFL for you. So there you go. That's what happened in week 9 on Sunday, and then tomorrow we got the Cardinals and the Cowboys. I wonder who's going to win that game. I truly have no idea. Yeah, obviously the fucking Cowboys should beat the living shit out of the Cardinals. And actually, breaking news: Isaac Bulgarian just got released from the UFC. So that's fucking hilarious. So there you go, breaking news there. But yeah, what's up, gang? How you doing? What's up, Basher? I'm doing pretty good on a Sunday night, going into Monday. How are you? Yeah. So Cowboys should beat the shit out of the Cardinals tomorrow. I'll talk about that game probably on Tuesday if it's anything worth talking about. I know Chrome's biting his fucking fingernails, hoping Pickett doesn't do anything. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, the bye week teams were the Browns, the Jets, the Eagles, and the Bucks. And yeah, that's about what I gotta say for week 9. The game of the week was Bills Bengals, or Bengals Bears. I mean, worst game probably Niners Giants, since again I don't remember anything from that game. Well, actually, I would say Commanders Seahawks was worst game because it ended in the worst way possible. So yeah, about really all I gotta say there for what happened in real life football. Now to look over what happened in fantasy football. The last thing we talk about on every Sunday night is what's going on in the fantasy world of football in our great fantasy league. Let's take a look. So I lost, sadly, but are we shocked when I have none of my players? Every good player I have is on a bye week or injured, so is it really a loss? I don't think so. Most of my players did shit. I'm not thinking about American football, but have you guys seen the betting life? Yes, it's funny. I already talked about that earlier. Yeah, that shit's crazy. And actually, that guy, Isaac Bulgarian, just got cut. Like literally, as I'm doing the stream, like 2 minutes ago, the tweet came out. Yeah, he got cut. So, so yeah, I guess they found something to prove that he did it. So, yeah, good job, dumbass. Good for Bulgarian. What a fucking idiot. And dumb, fucking dumb. But yeah, most of my guys I played this week did shit. Jaden did with my best. Well, Jaden and T were my best players. Aaron Jones did good enough. Chiron Tracy, I hate you. You're cut. Keishawn Booty, I really hate you. Warren, I'll give you a break. Henderson, you did all right. Chargers and Bates, fine. Again, I just had none of my top guys. Not only have my quarterback, so great. And yeah, I'll take the L here. What can I do? Again, I didn't even have any of my top guys, so whatever. Not even a real loss, in my opinion. Simple. Bro, like, for what is he doing? They already tried, this guy and like his coach already tried the shit 3 years ago. Well, not this guy, but the guy's coach tried the shit 3 years ago and it didn't work. That they're gonna find this shit out. Now you're pulling this shit, and I don't get why the fuck they tried it again. Pull out of the fight if you're injured. It's better than getting cut and fucking investigated for doing stupid shit. So they're fucking idiots. Bulgarian's cut and banned from the UFC. James Krause was already banned, and who knows what happens with him. It's bullshit. They're fucking stupid. And again, apparently they're investigating 100 fights, or they've flagged 100 fights this year. Jason Herzog's getting fucking investigated. 2 more people from last night's card are getting investigated. It's a shit show. It's gonna be a lot of interesting shit coming out in the next couple days, and I'm very intrigued to see what comes out of all of this. So who knows? UFC is going to be doing a lot of investigating, and fucking dumb people, man. UFC fighters are bad at crime. Like, I don't know why they thought they had any chance of fucking not getting caught, but they're just stupid sports athletes. Did no one see the NBA shit 2 weeks ago? It's like, god damn, man, are you that fucking dumb? I don't get it. I truly don't get it, and dumb. Simple. Move back over to the fantasy football side of things. We had Chrome. Why does it gotta be our sport, bro? Well, actually, then the same thing happened in the NBA, so it's not like it's only the UFC. So NBA has been caught. The NFL will get caught eventually. These sports athletes are just fucking stupid, and I don't know how boxing hasn't been investigated yet. That shit is so corrupt. It's fucking dumb. And the guys who did it are gonna get all the karma they deserve. They're just fucking stupid. It's truly that fucking simple. You try and cheat the system for a little bit extra cash. It's never gonna work. You're gonna get found out every single time, and they got found out extremely fucking easily. So stupid. What happened? The end to move over to from my L to maybe the biggest upset of the year in our fantasy league so far. Chrome taking out Ninja, giving Ninja his second loss of the year since week 1. More than likely, unless George Pickens has a hell of a game. What a win for Chrome, man. I'm just happy for him. And he didn't even play a second running back because he didn't fix his lineup beforehand. He still got to win thanks to the Rams, QJ, Chase, Herbert, Kelsey. Good for Chrome. I'm happy. Fucking Ninja's guys just played like ass. Mahomes, Gibbs, Taylor, trash performances today. Amonra did good, but Kittle did ass. Rice did good. Pinheiro did good. Ninja just couldn't get a lot of production from his guys, and he takes the L here. Ninja left Daniel Jones and Jalen Ward on the bench, and Dalton Kincaid. Playing any of those guys would have won in this game more than likely, but he didn't play them. And then Chrome left, I guess, Nico on the bench, who did a little bit better than did a good amount better than Chris Olave. So, yeah. So unless George Pickens has a great game, and plus Chrome has Brandon Aubrey still to play tomorrow, Chrome, thank you. Unless Brandon Aubrey misses every kick and fucking Ninja fucking gets a good 30-point game from George Pickens, Chrome should get the win here, moving to 4-5 and getting his 4th win in a row after starting 0-5. And he hands Ninja his first loss since week 1. A lot of interesting movements can happen in these standings, and I'm excited. And speaking of Toner, who, no shockingly, beat the living fuck out of Matua. Sorry, Matua. He's going to move to 6-3, so he'll still not be in first place, but he'll be closer to taking that first place spot back. And, yeah, Tone played really good. All his players played great today. His worst player was the Broncos defense with 7. Everyone else did great. Managi did good. Still got Javante to play. Yeah. So Matua had a few people do decent, like Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs, but everyone else didn't do good. Keenan Allen had 1 good catch. Bill Korsky Merritt. It's just without Jaden, and even the whole team of the Commanders did shit. He still has CD and McBride. But he would need fucking 20 just to get to 100, and you need another 40 on top of pretty much 50. So he would need 70 points between CD and McBride, and Javonte Williams is gonna get points. Yeah, it's just not happening. So Drake, Jacobs, and Devontae did good for him, but the rest just not too great. And then who was left on the bench? Genty was left on the bench of 20. I told you should have played Genty in Managi, but whatever. Not like it would have hurt or helped anyway. And outside of that, God, Ramadunse did nothing. Actually, I'm happy you didn't do that trade because I didn't want to dumbass anyway. So you left nothing on the bench. Genty, who you already won anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Matua left. Jackson Dart on the bench. So that would have been an extra 10 points. He left. Shahid and Shakir both did a little bit better than Keenan, but it looks like no matter who he played, he was not going to be able to catch you. And yeah, so it's kind of just not really lucky for Matua this week, falling to 1-8. He'll get the number 1 pick in our draft next year. I think I'll actually do that. I think I will give Matua the number 1 pick next year if he finishes in last place, which he's going to more than likely. Yeah, so Tone moves to 6-3. Matua to 1-8. Tone's trying to get that number 1 spot back. Took 3 L's in a row, getting his first win in a while. See how Toner happens in week 10. I got all my guys back from injuries and buys. Yeah. Like, the only guy you're missing now is no one. All your players are back, so yeah. Well, Puka's injured again, so we'll see what happens there, but you got a lot of good players to replace him anyway, so yeah. Even though it has a big sense as trying to replace Puka Nakua, but yeah. Munn did better than Genty. Yeah, but do you think Javante is going to score 20? So I would have, like I said, I think on Friday night I would have put Managi and Genty in. We'll see what Javante does tomorrow. Again, either way you won, but yeah. Crazy to see Genty on the bench when he's like your probably 3rd player draft, or actually I know he's your 2nd player drafted. So I'll still take him if you want to give him. I'll give you. You want Jaden Daniels? He has 1 arm. So good one for Tone. I feel bad for Matua, but I will give Matua the number 1 pick in the draft next year. And yeah, not very much else to say. And then in our last game, holy shit, Shiesty. Holy fucking shit. 190? Almost 200 points on Vast's dome. Shiesty in Vast. Can't even call it a game because it wasn't close. Wow, she beat the fuck out of him. Like, that's the... I think if she would have got 200, that would have been the 2nd 200 score of the year. I think this is the 2nd highest score we've seen this year, because I think the only person to get 200 was Ninja, and that was like 202 or something. So, crazy for Shiesty. 190. How did she get this? Stafford had 26, okay, 34, 19, 38, 2 from Brock Bowers had 43 fucking points. He did have 3 touchdowns. Jesus Christ. Zay had 11, Patriot 3, Dicker 11. Who did she leave on the bench? Dude, if she played Rico Dowdle, she would have scored the most points this year. If she would have played, she would have put Zay here and DK on the bench for Dowdle, she would have scored fucking 200. More than that. Wow, what a fucking performance by Shiesty this week. Good for her. Vast, I feel bad for her, but he just had no fucking chance. He was never going to score 190. And he takes the L. I can no even point at breaking down who did good or bad for him because everyone could have done great and he still would have lost. So, yeah, not a good week for Vast. And what a performance by Shiesty, moving to 5-4. Vast falling to 5-4. Crazy, a lot of interesting shakeups this week. So there you go. That's the recap of the games. The 4 winners of week 9 will be not me, more than likely Chrome, unless bullshit happens, Tone, and Shiesty. So very interesting. The standings will probably just a guess of what the standings will look like. Ninja will still be number 1. That helps me. Yeah, it does. Ninja will be number 1 still, but Tone will be locked in at number 2. Number 3 will probably actually be Shiesty. And then me and Vast will drop to 4 and 5. Chrome will stay at 6th. Matu will stay at 8th. So yeah, the updated standings will probably be Ninja, Tone, Shiesty, Vast, myself, Chrome. So that's interesting, man. That's super fucking interesting. Shiesty and Chrome coming back from the depth. Vast falling off. I suck. But I'm going to get my team back next week. Ninja taking his first L in a while. Tone trying to get that spot back. Really interesting. I love it. We'll see what happens. And then lastly, the only thing really left to say, as always, is let's look at who are the highest scorers of the week. Of week 9, unless something happens tomorrow and they take the top spot. These will be your highest scorers. At quarterback, it was, I know Tone loves this, Caleb Williams with 38 points. Good for him, played great. Running back was Christian McCaffrey with 34 on Shiesty's team. She had number 2 as well, funny enough. Receiver was Drake London with 38. We could see T Higgins there. Tight end at number 1. And overall, Brock Bowers with 40 fucking 3. Colson Loveland number 2 about 9 weeks after I had him and played him. Asshole. Defense was the Titans with 20, no idea how, and kicker was Kyami Fairbairn at 17. So the perfect lineup this week would have been Caleb Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Rico Dowdle, Drake London, T. Higgins, Brock Bowers, the Titans defense, and Kyami Fairbairn. And at flex, it would have been... Who would have been the best flex play? Not going to count tight ends. Devontae Adams at 23. So, there you go. Brock Bowers, 43 fucking points. What? I got what? 12 receptions, 127 yards, 3 touchdowns. 3. What the fuck? That's the best tight end in the league. And there you go. That's week 9 of the NFL. See what happens for the Cowboys tomorrow, as if there's any doubt what's going to happen tomorrow. And heal up Jaden. God, Commanders, you killed him. You fucking killed him. That's week 9 of the NFL, and that's about all I really got to say for this stream that I've talked for 2 goddamn hours now. I just got carried away because I've enjoyed this stream and talking with y'all, but yeah, I think that's really about all I gotta say tonight. Only 14 views in 2 hours. Breaks my heart, but whatever. Shit happens. 3 likes. Awesome. Y'all are amazing. I had a great time. Again, I went for 2 fucking hours rambling with y'all, mainly with what Tone, Chrome, a few others. So shout out to y'all. Y'all are amazing. I had a great time on the stream. And yeah, went 2 hours on a Sunday night. Talked UFC, NBA, fantasy. I loved it. Great way to end this week. Halloween weekend and all that. I loved it. I hope y'all did as well. So yeah, this was fun. Shout out to everyone who was in chat tonight. But Mighty, Tone, Basher, Chrome, and D-Man, Dog. Who else was there? Western Mass and Mr. C. Nice group of people. Love all y'all. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for dropping in tonight over these great 2 hours. And yeah, this was fun. Not really much else I can think to say. I'm tired of talking and I'm ready to into a new week. So let's do just that. UFC Vegas 111 week, NFL Week 10 week. We'll look at all of that on Tuesday, which will be the next time I stream. And obviously I'll do a normal schedule Tuesday, Wednesday, not Thursday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That'll be fun. I might have a retrospective put out on Tuesday. I don't fucking know what I'm going to do there yet. I want to do another one, but we'll see. And yeah, probably all I got to say. Just hit the 2 hour mark. I'm tired. I did not think I was going to go 2 hours with this, but I had a great time. Hope y'all did as well. And let's cap off the weekend, shall we, and head into a new week by saying, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs goal by the end of 2025. And unless I'm going to say something, which I don't believe I am, you already know the schedule for another week. Can't wait. Should be a great week. And hope everyone has a great Halloween week. Now let's head into the first week of November by saying, as always, I think Moss is still alive, so go see what he's doing now. As always, RX out. Good vibes only.